As you may know, every day you use apps. As a user, we interact with the app with the user interface. That's what we discussed last time. Building the widget, building the layout, polishing everything, make sure everything looks very nice, clean, professional, modern. Okay. But you should know that most of the heavy work and tasks um, that's being given to you is handled by the backend. For example, let's see that Gmail. Okay, Gmail, you open that and then you see all the email you can send, receive emails. Everyone has tons of emails these days, whether it's useful emails or spam email or advertisement emails. But your phone storage is limited. Okay, it's not everything all on the phone. It's all on Google's mail server. And even you change your phone, you log out, you change a different account, you can still get all those emails anytime you want. Obviously, those things are not locally, they're in a cloud server. But think about from Google's point of view, they have to build a really sophisticated backend infrastructure support billions of users. I don't know what's the level of storage they take to store all of those. It's going to be huge, right? So there are a lot of things to support that mobile app. Okay. Social media, same thing. A lot of data, not just text, but also images, photos, user information, and they support mobile, they support web. Okay, again, the mobile app we're using is only the interface, just a window. Okay, but all the content are managed and stored by Facebook, by Meta. Discord, same thing. Chatting, messagings, they want to also support very fast, real-time communication messagings, and then the group messages. Okay, you send a message not to one, but a lot of people can get it right away. And the same group, all of those are done by servers. Otherwise, you can't say, okay, I'm sending a message to you directly. That's possible. But if I have a group, I have to send this communication to 10 of you, and then one of you replied, and then that's going to create another 10 connections to the rest. That's going to create too many connections, not very efficient. Instead, everyone just talk to the server. Everyone only has one connection with that server, and then we change the information in the server. Server is almost like a hub. Okay, it synchronized data, improve the efficiency. And the Uber is the same thing. They have different parties, driver, they have, the customers. They also have some kind of enemies. A lot of things need to be updated depending on the traffic. They change the rate, they change the rate based on the demand, right? But those won't be sit on local device. It will be in a cloud in the server. So any kind of this mobile application, I have to say today that very rarely you do a standalone app just with the local features. No, as long as you need data, normally the way to go should be to save those in the backend because also safer. It allows you to reload those data anytime you want. Okay. But as you can feel, building a backend isn't very easy. Okay. And depending on the type of application, you have to write a lot. If you're in another software engineering class, we ask you to do the full stack development. Most of your work will be based on the backend development. Okay. But this class is more mobile. So we don't want you to spend that much time to build that sophisticated servers. From early days, there are a lot of companies they try to make this job much easier because they realize that most of these mobile apps the main thing they need from backend is to store data, read and write data. So then you start to see a lot of the services that they provide a whole like a backend as a service to you. So you don't even know how to write a server program. You don't even know how to host it. You don't have to worry about which database to connect. And they wrap everything as a very simple like a tool for you to use. You can quickly create a database which is already hosted. Also provide APIs for you to easily connect that with the mobile app development. So a lot of you already heard about Firebase, and you probably didn't know Firebase came in around 2012, okay, many years ago. And then the moment they came, they had this feature that you can automatically synchronize the data in real time. So you can use Firebase to build a real-time chat app very, very easily within 10 lines of code. That was a big deal at that time because at that time, if you want to build a chat, this real-time communication server, that took a lot of efforts. Because of that, this Firebase got very popular. You start to see a lot of people in hackathon that use Firebase to build an app. They can build things very quickly. Before that, people have to build the server manually or the database stuff. That's going to take forever. So Firebase becomes so popular, and it was a startup company. And then Google actually bought Firebase back in 2013 or 14. So it was a very successful startup. And also Firebase still today is still very, very popular. Google is expanding it. And it's one of the examples that when the big company acquires small companies, then they keep running that product and making it more and more significant. So this is a very successful product. So we're going to show you how you integrate Firebase with your Flutter project. How do you do some basic read and write?